Hello everybody, welcome back to 40 Days with Dietrich, our journey through the season of Lent. Today's excerpt is taken from Letters and Papers from Prison. It is another one of Bonhoeffer's poems, probably his most famous poem called Who Am I? Now this book that we've been using, A Year with Dietrich Bonhoeffer, it only contains the last two stanzas of the poem. The poem was written in 3 stanzas, but this book only contains the last 2. And I do think with this poem, it's important to read the entirety of it. And so we're just going to read it from this book here. It was written in June 1944. Again, you can find it in Letters and Papers from Prison. June 1944, I believe Bonhoeffer was executed in April 1945. And so this is just roughly shy of a year before his death. Who Am I? By Dietrich Bonhoeffer. Who am I? They often tell me I would step from my prison cell, poised, cheerful and sturdy, like a nobleman from his country estate. Who am I? They often tell me I would speak with my guards, freely, pleasantly, and firmly, as if I had the power to command. Who am I? I have also been told that I suffer the days of misfortune with serenity, smiles, and pride, as someone accustomed to victory. Am I really what others say about me? Or am I only what I know of myself? Restless, yearning, and sick, like a bird in its cage, struggling for the breath of life, as though someone were choking my throat, hungering for colors, for flowers, for the song of birds, thirsting for kind words and human closeness, shaking with anger at capricious tyranny and the pettiest slurs, bedeviled by anxiety, awaiting great events that may never occur, fearfully powerless and worried for friends far away, weary and empty in prayer, in thinking, in doing, weak and ready to take leave of it all. Who am I, this man or that other? Am I then this man today and tomorrow another? Am I both all at once? An impostor to others, but to me, little more than a whining, despicable weakling? Does what is in me compare to a vanquished army that flees in disorder before the battle already won? Who am I? They mock me, these lonely questions of mine. Whoever I am, you know me, O God. You know I am yours. So we all know Bonhoeffer is this brilliant thinker. And when you read his writings, you get insight into this kind of this inner dialogue that's always happening about theology and ethics and the nature of the Christian community and following Jesus. And you get an insight into that. But in this poem, you get a rare look of the other side. It's a self-searching poem, a poem that discloses, that inner dialogue in his heart, let's say. You get a rare kind of emotive look at who he is. And the reason why I thought we needed to read the entire poem is because he's wrestling with those two voices. Am I what others say about me? Or am I what I see myself to be? And in some sense, both are wrong. And I like the fact that he doesn't actually come to a conclusion in this. It's a dialogue between these two voices, and he doesn't sum it up in a neat place. Am I what others say about me? Am I just this serene, this stoic, noble person who's going through imprisonment and awaiting my execution with grace and all that? That voice from others who are saying, Bonhoeffer is so strong in the midst of it. Or am I what I know myself to be inside, which is a little bit more neurotic? He talks about he's anxious and he's self-deprecating. He calls himself a weakling, like a caged bird, someone who's just longing for everything to end and weary in prayer. And, he's frustrated and he's fatigued. Am I that who I am? And in some sense, both voices are wrong. Modern writers in spirituality today talk a lot about the false self and the true self, and the need to always push against or to put down that false depiction of who we are. And the false self can be constructed by others, having other people tell us who we should be, what it means to be good, successful, beautiful, handsome, manly, feminine, whatever it is, right? That false self that can be constructed by advertising, by entertainment, by mass media, all that kind of stuff. And we need to always push against the false self so that we can enter into and uncover who we truly are as crafted in God's image, as redeemed by the love of Jesus, as someone who bears the image of God. And that's what I think Bonhoeffer is wrestling with here. And the false self that Bonhoeffer articulates is the voice from others, but it's also that voice from inside. In some sense, both stanzas, am I this person or that person, both stanzas are wrong. Bonhoeffer isn't just this stoic nobleman, but nor is he this complete, weak and failing person that he sees himself to be. So the conclusion, where he ends, I like the fact that he holds the conversation and he articulates the wrestling. And I think that's important. It's not about saying, well, I'm going to exchange this label for that label. He understands that this is something that he is wrestling with. And the battle between our false self and true self, it is something that we always wrestle with day in and day out. And so it's not about just kind of tacking on a sanctified label for us. Where he ends is recognizing, no matter who is right, you know, O God, that I am yours. In some sense, the point that he ends and the point of who we are isn't about what others say we are, or who others say we are to be, or what we ourselves say we are, or who we say we ourselves. The point is that we dedicate ourselves to God, that we point ourselves to following Jesus. And that is the most important part of who we are. God bless you as you journey through your season of Lent, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.